So I was doom scrolling reels when I came across this video. Upon further research, I learned that this coach was actually European and world heavyweight champion Daniel San. This might actually be the scariest Muay Thai coach of all time, so obviously I had to train with him. I packed my bags and got the train to Ilford, which is where he's based. Here's me getting a quick pump on the train. This is where I met my friend Daniel Cuttle, who was joining me on my journey to get slapped around. Obviously we had to get some shadow boxing done in Greg's to warm up. And then we arrived at Black Diamond Gym, and I'm not going to lie, we were both bricking it. And just to set the tone for the session, as soon as we walked in, we had to do 50 burpees because someone indulged in a cheeky illegal drink break. So there goes all of my arm and leg strength before the session has even started. Then we got into some pad work. Here's me working with Daniel. And now what you've all been waiting for, Daniel the Warrior Sam himself let me have the honour of doing some pad work with him. So he was giving me some pointers here and he was helping me drive my knees up more, which helped out a lot. When I kicked the pads, he actually said he needed to switch to the big pads. I don't think he was expecting much from a karate guy. I think he liked my kicks, which was good, but then he said this. So we get into the round and he starts testing me with the pad slaps a bit more. Then I start getting tired and my hands start dropping and he starts punishing me for it, as he should. By the way, unless you've done this yourself, you don't understand how tiring this is. It just completely saps the energy out of you. And then luckily the bell went and I was finished with my round. But then he said this. I tried to play it off, but I felt like I just died inside when he said that. Especially as someone who doesn't do this often, doing 2 rounds back to back on the pads is actual death. Not only was I already dead, but this round he started punishing me for my mistakes. I'm not gonna lie, I started seeing stars on a few of these, and my ears are still ringing as I'm filming this voiceover. I felt like I was going to pass out anyway, and then he hits me with a knee right to the liver. It doesn't look that hard, but it felt like my diaphragm had just collapsed. And then he told me to suck it up, so I had no choice. Brutal, but it definitely gets you training hard for sure. And then we got into some sparring. So first off, me and Daniel had a light spar. Being from a karate background, I naturally move around a lot, which wasn't too good for this because the space was limited, so I had to make some adjustments. Then I sparred with a couple of the other guys in the gym, which was fun. I did try a few times to revert back to pure karate style, and it seemed to catch them off sometimes, but with that being said, I also struggled to deal with the tank style of Muay Thai where they just walk you down and strike. So I actually ended up almost running around the mat trying to get some space to set up my kicks, which wasn't great. Also, after this sweep, I went for a light head punch because that's what we do in karate, but I forgot that might have looked a bit disrespectful in Muay Thai, so I apologise for that if it did. This next guy I sparred was coming for my head, and I understand because obviously I'm coming into their gym, so they've got to show me the ropes, and that's exactly what this guy did. I think he realised that being from a karate background, my punching is not my strong point, so he did a great job of closing me out and catching me with those inside shots. We had a good little spar and he was setting up his head kicks lovely, caught me a few times with those. Then he caught me with a stiff teep in the exact spot that I'd been kneed earlier, so that one took all the air out of me again. And then he did some sort of Muay Thai dominance ritual on me, which was kind of embarrassing. I understand now that trying to walk it off mid-spar is not really ideal, but I was genuinely struggling to breathe here. And then he booted me in the exact same spot again with another teep, so I was kind of cooked at that point. But fair play to him, he showed me what Muay Thai is about, and I definitely got the message. And then with the last bit of energy in me, I had one last spar with one of the other guys. Threw a little back kick in there at the end as well. That wrapped up the session. I was absolutely exhausted, but I did want to ask Daniel a few important questions afterwards.
So much. Cool. Welcome. Good to you guys.
So, being a European and world heavyweight Muay Thai champion, how did you think someone of a karate background, having only trained karate, did today in your Muay Thai?
No, you done really good. You put the work in, the drills and the technique. Obviously, I can see we've got some fundamentals from the karate, but you done really well. Fitness is good. The kicks are extraordinary. You've got a kicking background, and you can see that. Working on some of your guard and punches, and you're there. As you know, like with K1's a mix of karate versus Thai boxing versus, all the different martial arts striking come together to see the battle, to see who's the best. So, you can cross over that quite easily. You've got the fundamentals on lock.
Okay, thank you. And also, one thing I wanted to ask was, on the internet, everyone likes to compare styles, like martial arts styles. And a lot of the time, people will put Muay Thai on top. So I was wondering what your view of Muay Thai in amongst the other combat arts. I was wondering what you
Yeah, I try not to get into this kind of back and forth, which is the best martial art. Every one of them's got their own benefits in the ring, on the street, and individually. See, I'm not going to say, Muay Thai is better or MMA is better, because it just depends on the individual, depends on the circumstances. Only 5 to 10% of participants actually get in the ring and fight or get in the cage and fight. So, you're not actually going to be putting your martial art up against someone unless you're in the ring or cage. So it more depends, okay, how's it going to work on the street? How's it going to work for your own fitness, for your own mental health and stuff like that? Every martial art can do that, so I wouldn't say any of them the best, they're all individual. Muay Thai's the best, but yeah, I would, so you just
that's exactly what I say. It all depends on the martial art.
Yeah.
Obviously, except with it's karate, because like we know that's the best one. But
no comment.
Also, one last thing. I was wondering what your opinion is on point style martial arts like karate or taekwondo. Obviously, I think they get a lot of hate online. I was wondering what your opinion on it is, whether they,
I can't say I'm a big fan of them. I know that they would have benefits. As I said, every martial art does have benefits for the participants, but it's not my favorite style of watching fights. I can see lots of technical flaws in there, but if you can cross it over, mixing it, for example, like Michael Page, he's been able to cross over and use that fundamental, that background, that base he's got in point scoring and adapt it. So if you're able to do so, then it's brilliant. You can see that with MVP, he's amazing.
Phenomenal, yeah, he's phenomenal. So keep it Wonder Boy as well.
Yeah. So, it does have a good base in it. But it by itself, that point scoring system, the one punch and the back leg flailing up and jump.
No, I agree.
I can't say I'm a big fan of it.
Either. Well, Daniel, Sam, thank you very much. World and European Muay Thai champion, nothing but respect.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having you guys down here. Welcome anytime.
Thank you.
Wicked.
All right, so we just finished. We're outside Liberty Flowers shop. Shout out Liberty Flowers. Polar opposite of what we've just been doing. My leg is aching. It's in pain. We've just been through a brutal Muay Thai session. How do you think that went?
You got the brunt end of it. Honestly,
I got messed up.
I reckon he was saving me for the next session, but we quit whilst we were ahead because the first session was so good, we didn't do the next one.
He was offering us to do a second session, and we were like, you know what? We're going to take the beginner session and run. Even the beginners, even if they were beginners, that was hard. They trained so hard. So,
mate,
you can't not Muay Thai. Brutal martial art.
Thanks for having me. Well,
thank you for coming on. Thank you for inviting me down.
Yeah.
It's been a good video.
Big shout out to Black Diamond Gym for allowing us to train with them. If you're ever in Ilford, be sure to check them out for some great Muay Thai training. They offer classes for all ages and abilities, so there's nothing stopping you. Also, thank you to Daniel for being a part of this video, and go subscribe to him if you haven't. He makes very good content, and he's actually the one that inspired me to start doing videos like this, so go check him out.